they went on and won the tournament as we jump back into Champions League. I do not think that is the case at all. This is a great RNG lineup, and taking game 1 to me isn't a huge surprise.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And this is a team that does fire on all cylinders in the first few games of the series as well. I mean, they're just known for that. As the Zia is going to be banned away, so both the Sivir and the Golden Chicken taken off the board as RNG get rid of the Twisted Fate one more time. That is going to be the adaptation, as the Maokai is going to be banned as well.
So there you go. EDG throw the first, I guess, move out there, and RNG's counter move is to play exactly as they did the first time around, getting rid of the Twisted Fate, getting rid of the Maokai. They know that Coral will put priority on it, and they don't want to face the only super tank left in the game.
Yeah. Well, Kindred is actually going to follow here as well. So Poppy, glaringly open, as well as the Echo.
So they get one. Or do they leave both open now?
Or do they get Rise again?
I don't think they'll first pick Rise.
Well, we'll see exactly what RNG are going to take away. As Lulu is, of course, still in availability. Of course, pretty high up there as far as historical bans, but has fallen out of favor just a little bit. The Braum's still up, but the Alistair is going to be what RNG remove. As Koro with his signature Alawi hover.
You can see that Rapid Star on your screen speaking very quickly to the translator there.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Nidalee being considered. Graves still up. Of course, Kindred there as well. So Clearlove thinking about picking it away from MLXG. I just don't think MLXG is too phased by that, as Rise now being considered as well.
I really wouldn't like this as a first pick. I just think there is so much priority. I mean, Echo has already shown how strong he is on the current patch.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very much in favor of Poppy over Echo, but that doesn't change that the relative strength that the teams look at. But, you know, they lock it in.
Yeah, the Braum is going to be picked up as well, as Lupa hovering now the Echo. I don't know about this. I don't know whether they really need to put the priority on the Braum when they can grab the Lucian here at the same time. But they are going to lock them in. So Echo and Braum for RNG. Now EDG with their chance to lock something away. So
and Mata is laughing his head off there.
Yeah, Mata's having a good time.
Having a very good time.
And you know, things are scary when Mata's having a good time. As Clearlove now hovering the Graves. Nidalee is, of course, an availability. Mentioned that earlier on. But you have to think, Poppy, Lucian, all sorts of stuff. Okay. This is just so weird.
I think that now that they have something like Thresh, that they can deprioritize Lucian and pick up Callista if they want to.
Yes.
I mean, it has been so powerful in Def's hands in the past, and I think that Woosh will acknowledge that, see whether maybe he even picks it away himself. The Graves is a little bit strange to me, however, just because we saw it in game number 1. Clearlove played it well, but wasn't able to get the end job done.
Yeah.
So that makes me a little bit nervous.
Xiaohu's not a man to openly express his emotions all that often, but right now,
having a chuckle.
Yeah, looks on top of the world. As I would not be surprised by this Lucian pickup. It is going to be taken away. Nidalee there for MLXG as well. RNG once again looking like they have a heck of a lot of comfort.
Yeah, but now all of a sudden Poppy is available in the top lane, and we've already seen time and time again that seems to be the counter pick to this. Lucian can't dash around as much. It's kind of funny watching him trying to outrun.
Yeah.
That's not going to be picked up.
Oh god, just do it, Def. Don't be scared. They do have the Lantern now as well though, so the theoretical sick ambush plays after a Lantern could come in.
Also, a lot of damage in that lineup. That is no tank.
That's a lot of
Thank
lockdown.
goodness.
Yeah. 10 seconds to go. It's looking like Twitch, honestly.
I'm expecting Callista. I would be very surprised if Twitch is locked in. But then again, it's EDG, and I know nothing about anything.
Well, it is going to be Poppy and the Twitch locked in for Deft. We're going back to Worlds 2015. Something like that. But 2014. Oh my God.
He was really
It's a long
popular
time ago.
last year, Twitch.
Was it last year? Yeah.
Not at Worlds, I don't think, but he was popular during Split 1 at least.
Didn't quite even know how far to go back.
Yeah, Twitch is interesting, right? Because I'm expecting a Hurricane pickup in there.
Yep.
Used to go like Bork into not Gwinsus. What's the other activatable item? Builds out of
Ghostblade?
Yeah, Ghostblade. So used to build Bork Ghostblade into armor penetration as wow.
Zhao going for the
Does he have to take cleanse here? I don't think he does, but that's going to be a sitting duck for Koro late game. So that is a team comp with like very little tankiness on the side of RNG. I mean, Looper will get there, but we've already seen that time and time again. He was able to be burnt down and zoned out a team fight. It really was up to Whoosh and Xiaohu, and I feel like now it's not the control mage of Azir. They have left themselves a little bit open. The ultimate's going to be less impactful.
Yep.
Yeah, so Death. I expect that he'll go, like, I don't even know what he's going to go. I want double AD
I want
items.
Hurricane.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't like Bork as the first item. I want, like, BF Sword Pickaxe Hurricane.
Whoa.
I don't know. It's going to be hard.
BF Sword just Hurricane? That'd be kind of cool. I don't know, but we are going to go through the matchups here. Nidalee versus the Graves. Of course, Kindred was the last pickup for MLXG, but Clearlove just sticking to it. Pawn as well. He's going to grab that Rise one more time. This is where the change-up lies, though, as Deft. He's going to take the Twitch into Whoosh's Lucian. Whooshin's Lucian. Love it. Mako now on the Thresh, so he's really got to prove that he can do what Mata did in game number 1.
Yeah, he certainly does. It's going to be a hard feat. We have seen Mako's Thresh in the past, and it is good, so we'll see whether he's able to rise to this occasion. EDG look pretty stone-faced right now, Atlas.
Yeah, super determined. They know that they have to pull it back in this game. Of course, they still have one more, but I mean, that'll be do or die at that stage. It'll be getting very, very difficult for this team. Just, yeah, getting worried here for EDG, to be honest. Because RNG looked like they were firing so hard. But let's get onto the Rift. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, as Looper and MLXG waiting towards the top side. It's a defensive fan for EDG. There's Koro. Oh, has to flash immediately. RNG set that one up very nicely. Lots of pings, but I don't know whether they saw him.
Yeah, they definitely did.
Do you see it even if you're in Fog of War?
You see the flash animation as you enter the brush, I think.
Well, you can hear the crowd getting behind their teams in the background. There's Spawn. Throws down a ward in full vision. They're just spotting this potential lane swap.
Yeah, I think this time around EDG very much want a lane swap. I mean, you have to protect the Twitch.
Aw, he's got the imp skin.
Certainly does. Of course, the Samsung brothers there. And Imp and Deft.
Yep.
But it is going to be no lane swap achieved right now because Whoosh and Mata stalking them into the bottom side of the map. They will lose out on a camp.
Yeah, they're going to be able to answer it. Pawn actually taking Storm Raider's Surge this time around, not going fully into the defensive tree.
I like that. Ooh.
What? You got to be careful, buddy.
Yes, the spot.
Okay. You say this all the time, but I still get scared.
He'll probably take heal next as well because he's doing Raptor Camp next. So you can just pounce and swipe everything and like destroy it.
Well, first 4 creeps do go to Whoosh. Grabbed himself a Gromp, whereas Deft actually got both of the other ones. So early advantage here for Whoosh.
Wouldn't that be an advantage for Deft? He got the gold out of the...
Oh, the melee creeps died, and Whoosh managed to pick them up.
But he didn't get Gromp. He got a camp. Def got a camp. Whooshin did not.
Yeah, and Whoosh is still ahead.
No, he's not.
Well, it was ahead in farm.
Yeah, 100%. But have you ever killed a melee creep versus a big Krog?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I actually thought that they started Gromp.
Yeah, no, they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, cool.
I'm glad that we've managed to get that one out of
Yeah,
the way.
we've sorted it. It took a while. I was like, what?
I feel like my point was not exactly that great to begin with, so honestly...
Don't worry, it only got worse after that.
Yeah, thanks, man. Well, Koro and Looper hanging out with one another here. Is Rogue Charge going to be used? Koro in a lot of trouble, actually. He doesn't have Flash, remember. Is Grass the Undying going to come back? Does manage to hit the level 3, but scary here for the Poppy.
Certainly is. There's now 80 carries looking for each other.
Yeah, supports as well.
Oh, wow, Twitch.
Yeah, you got to calm down, man. Contaminate going to come in. I like to call it Expunge.
It's not its name.
I know. It was its name once upon a time. Back when it was named cooler.
So once again, all the lanes out of EDG are being shoved in and very highly pressured. And you can see that means that now MLXG is completely comfortable invading.
Yeah.
Something that went awry game number 1, but this time around is not going to be any difficulty.
Oh, God. Xiaohu. That's rude, man. It's actually cheating towards the bottom side of the map here, of course. MLXG is there.
Yeah, knows where his jungler is. Completely right, so playing towards the strong side. Pawn very much needs to respect the poke here. Took the teleport, I think, just because of that reason. And the counter jungle continues out of this Nidalee. Might actually be spotted this time.
Yeah, he's very healthy, though, as he takes a fair bit of damage from Clearlove.
They're
Smoke
collapsing.
screen's there, stops the pounces. Xiaohu's going to make his way around. Spear is going to land. Pounce gets on top of him, but end of the line comes in. Doesn't get the extra damage here onto the kitty cat, but MLXG has sent the message. Pawn as well. Does manage to get a little bit down, but Xiaohu answers back quite nicely, and Koro made his way back in, grabbed himself a bunch of health back. Actually, didn't teleport or anything, just got his health back using that corrupting potion.
Yep. So corrupting potions and levels. Goes aggressive now.
Yeah, Q's going to go down. Nice answer there from Luffy using the Grasp of the Undying, but both of these top laners going very aggressive.
And
everyone running up.
MLXG just continues the pressure. I mean, they chunks out Pawn in the mid lane, who started with a very greedy first item.
Yeah. The casual Dark Seal start is deft. It's a very nice cast down.
This is the best news story for EDG. The lane I thought had no hope of winning against Braum Lucian, the Twitch, is doing okay.
Yeah, they're doing fine.
Everything else falling down around their ears. In fact, Pawn teleports back to lane. He wants nothing to do with this. He's like, I'm not losing a second lane in a row. I'm doing the Wayless tactic.
Yeah, that's how you go.
Take and teleport. Every opportunity, I'm teleporting back to my lane.
Well, despite MLXG being all up in Clearlove's jungle, he is only 3 creeps ahead after taking that Raptor camp. And Pawn now, after using the teleport, well and truly up in this lane as well.
And he's going back again?
Yeah, wants a Ruby Crystal or something.
No, refillable potion.
Refillable potion, I like it.
Makes a little bit of sense.
Saves you a bit of cash.
Especially when you have a Dark Seal in your back pocket. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
So you can see that this Thresh very much used defensively. As soon as Marta walks up, there was no hook coming out, just plays him back. The casts and contaminates are starting to stack up a little bit of poke damage here, though.
Yeah, it's deft. He's able to take himself a lantern if he feels like it. Going to do so.
All right, so what's the first item? I reckon it's going to be Bork as well, by the way.
Yeah. Deft just loves Bork. And that is just one of the things. But he may go Ghostblade. I'd like it.
Ghostblade doesn't have crit anymore, so it just doesn't scale over well with the build.
But there it is. So, recurve bow comes in, grabs himself a couple of long swords, so probably going to be that Bilgewater Cutlass building towards Blade of the Ruined King.
Yeah, and it's just the best of like lots of bad options, right? Twitch doesn't have a naturally good first item.
Yeah, so it doesn't really care about cooldown reduction, so the old Essence Reaver not going to be a good one there. But does want to have that assassination potential when he does get to that Blade of the Ruined King.
Yeah, but who are you going to go on to?
I don't know.
Lucian turns around and kills him. Xiaohu maybe, actually. That's a good point. He can maybe try and submarine mid lane. But I look across the lineup. The other option is maybe MLXG. If they can get some deep wards and he can like pick him off at a camp, especially when he's counter jungling, might be able to blow him up. But otherwise, looks very scary.
Well, Clearlove actually positioning himself into the lane.
Here we go.
Does manage to get into this brush as Marta throws down a ward at fantastic time, but is going to use the stand behind me. There's the hook, though, as Mako's going to start it up. Marta with the fantastic unbreakable there as Clearlove, not enough damage. Contaminate comes in as well, and Marta's going to survive. Braum, just so tanky.
Yeah, it certainly is. In the end, it is double summoner spells used from both lanes, however. Both are Mako's. And now they might have caught out MLXG, who has to be careful.
Yep, parallel convergence. Oh, actually, Lupa uses ult to get back into lane, and now Koro could be in trouble. Parallel convergence goes down. No stun going to come in, though.
Is he in trouble, though? Because
Koro
he just used his ulti there. And all of a sudden, Koro turns that one around, and he's got no mana again.
Yep, none. Phase dive actually can't be used, as there's the heroic charge. Grabs himself his buckler. This is a lot of damage here from Lupa. No mana left on Koro. Oh my god, no one with anything left, as there's the Grasp of the Undying. First blood in a 1v1 goes to Lupa.
Yeah, Lupa in the end is able to pick up the kill. Koro needed to back away after he got all the mana and just teleport back to lane because he was winning that trade. Instead goes way too aggressive and gets made pay. Lupa also keeps flash, so he's so safe now up in that top lane. Gonna pick himself up a massive creep wave and force out the teleport.
Well, Pawn and Clearlove looking for MLXG, who is looking for a blue buff. Teleport going to be used by Koro to get back into the top lane. But man, that's 2 stacks on his Dark Seal as well.
Yep, I don't think that's the biggest deal.
No, well, I mean, that's only like 3% more than their actual win rate, so get more First Bloods, RNG. What is going on? Teleport is going to come in, so Lupa back in with the Balmy Cinder and the Chain Vest. This Echo is going to be such a problem.
But I always say this, that, and we kind of saw it in the immediate trades, he's going to do well. As a good horse. However, with the fact that there is a cow picked up on the other team, in the short trades where Koro just hits him a couple of times like this, he should be able to get more regen back. And therefore, he should naturally win the lane with cow. Balmy Cinder should not mean a winning lane for an Echo. It means a pushing lane, which is great because you get farm. However, in trades, the cow should be more effective. I say all of this with very shoulds and coulds and woulds because Koro just lost an outright 1v1 that he should not have.
No, you're exactly right. So worrying signs at the moment for EDG, especially on the top side of the map. But Catalyst is now done for Pawn. Has that tier stacking as well and is about even on farmers. Oh, Death Sentence was really close. Mako just holding onto that, trying to keep control of this lane as Pawn pops the ultimate. He's going to clear this one out very, very easily.
Better news this time around for EDG fans is that Pawn is relatively even on farm. I mean, he's about 1 creep wave behind, and on Rise, that's perfectly acceptable. But this is a lane that is in a little bit of trouble.
There's the stun that's going to come in onto Koro. Uses his buckler shield in order to eat that one up. But look at Lupa. His health is ridiculous, yeah.
He's just using that movement speed to fantastic effect. Good deep vision now being obtained, but they know that he's on the top side of the map. See whether they try and cross-map this one, EDG, shove this wave in and go for the dive, because they know their top lane is in trouble.
Pawn and Clearlove both hanging around here. You can see RNG sending their bottom lane back. Understand that if no one's there, they're not going to take the chance.
But they completely deny a wave, so that is still a good news story. And a pretty big wave right now. And get the culling out, which means that Wushin probably needs to shop, honestly.
Well, you can see Pawn does make it back to lane, loses a cannon creep. I'm incredibly depressed. But is able to pick up the rest, so that's good.
Eats an arrow out of Xiaohu as well. Yeah. Gentle reminder that I am your lane opponent and you will respect me. And the win condition's the exact same for RNG here. I mean, get to 30 minutes, you're going to have a fantastic AD carry that just scales so terrifically on the current patch. And not going to be in much trouble. I guess you can argue team fight a little bit better. As, Observer pointing out that MLXG spotted by that ward.
Yeah, on the bottom side of the map. Actually, it's going to be out in full vision, shoving this wave in, trying to get it back for RNG. Clearlove setting himself up.
They're not going to get it though. If they force any harder, it's just going to go away. They're going to freeze up that wave. You can see that Mako goes for it. Instead, they're rotating into the mid lane. They do have a good poke composition, Atlas, but I don't think it's that good. It's only 12 minutes into the game.
Yeah. I was going to say, poke is definitely an option, but yeah, you need to do damage with it first.
I mean, you need your culling first out of your Lucian to clear a wave.
Yeah.
As the old double pink ward.
We get taken away. That's 10 auto attacks. That would be very awful. Imagine if Clearlove had to deal with that. Graves, not a psyched man when it comes to pink wards.
And they're trying for this play one more time. Deft and Mako definitely think they are stronger than Wushin and Marta right now. Which is strange to say about a first shop Lucian.
Yeah. And Twitch, not necessarily known for his early game prowess. As Clearlove there is able to clear out the Wolf Camp, grabs himself a ward for his troubles. 70 CS to 63, so actually farming out very, very well against the Nidalee.
Yeah, well, I always say this, like, the likes of Ultimate Burnt.
Yeah.
I always say this about Nidalee, like, other junglers have to choose whether they farm or gank. Nidalee just does both, because she farms a jungle that quickly that you naturally end up in lanes anyway. There's Marta now looking for the little sneaky rat. Will not find him, and they'll shove this lane in. So you see that RNG still get the free shots when they want, although this time they don't.
Yeah, Marta actually in a whole host of trouble here as the culling comes down. Def flashes out of the way. Oh my goodness, the Glacial Fissure came in, but Pawn teleports into the back line. Deft is going to fall down as Whoosh bites him off, and Mako is going to die as well as now EDG looking for a follow-up kill. Whoosh finally falls down, as it is going to be Pawn here with so much damage, and Koro going to return as well. Teleports from everywhere, but it's a 2v2.
Yeah, so 2 for 2 in the end with everyone heading into the bottom lane. Clearlove was not there, as was not Xiaohu, so in the end a good trade probably for EDG because mid lane and top lane get it. See whether MLXG can use any of that gold from the jungle position to threaten.
Yeah. And that was looking good there for Def, but they tunneled so hard onto Marta that Whoosh just ran around and killed them both.
Yeah, he had to burn like double summoner spells to get on top of him. I think that they weren't expecting Whoosh to go so aggressive, and this is dangerous.
Oh, Hook so close to landing there from Mako. As Clearlove grabs himself the Raptor camp.
Def going for the submarine play.
Yeah, there it is. Oh, that was close.
They ping him about 15 times.
He's been discovered. Wants to find himself a Rift Scuttler there.
I don't know actually what he wants. He's hitting the Rift Herald now.
Yeah, okay. Well, Mako's there as well. He does have Blade of the Ruined King, so he's relatively strong. They are going to sack this bottom outer turret though.
They should be able to get top. So in the end, it's actually EDG with the first switch up of this game. Trying to rotate around the map and jockey for position. RNG, however, much quicker to this punch. They're going to have to accelerate this if they want to get anything from it.
Yeah, Looper doing his very best to try and clear up this minion wave, but there's the Hawk. Lands onto Looper there as well. He can't face dive out. Heroic charge gets him into the wall, and that ultimate's not going to get you anywhere near safety. He flashes out of the way. There's the collateral damage, and Clearlove locks down the kill. But RNG, they ain't stopping.
Yeah,
and
what are they going to lose for it? They take Dragon, and they don't get top lane turret. All they get is a kill. So honestly, they're going to lose 2 structures here for just a kill. That's not worth it if you're EDG.
And no one's backing here either.
No, Koro back.
Oh, yeah. Well, Def grabs the ambush movement speed. Attack speed, so we'll be able to take down this outer turret. Probably not purely due to that. Probably due to the fact that he was actually there, but RNG, we're going to have a look at that first Dragon win rate.
I love this. Is that under their normal win rate?
I don't know. Yes. No, I think it is. I'd have to double check that one for you.
Because these stats look great until you know the fact that these teams drop like collectively, I think, 6 best of 3s between them.
They lost 10 maps, both of them.
Yeah.
So RNG 28 and 10, and EDG 26 and 10. So you're exactly right. They haven't lost that many. But you can see Pawn still keeping it within around 2. As his Dark Seal actually has a couple of stacks on it there at the same time.
When it gets to 10, we'll check back in with it. I don't think the 2 stacks are going to do all that much.
It's better than last game, man. Got to look for the positives. There's Lupa now with a very long lane to play with towards the bottom side. And RNG with almost 1,000 gold lead, about 600 there.
Well, the good news for EDG right now is that the map is starting to open up, still quite early, and they are the ones with the twitch. He's gone for another recurve though.
Yeah, so it's the
Runons.
Bork
Okay.
Hurricane, yeah. I got something right. There's another hook on Amada. And Xiaohu just stacking up his Manamune, killing minion waves. Oh, Clear Love says thank you for the leash.
Got everything as well.
Yeah.
Got the 2 Sentinels.
Lupa was just helping him out. Felt bad about the game before.
Pinging out a teleport actually right now for Pawn. There is a ward behind that little wall. See whether they go for the play.
Yeah, the cast comes in. Mako actually tanks up the culling.
But now they
Spear's
cannot
gonna
go
wide.
for it.
Yeah.
Actually, they are. Double teleport.
Yeah, they're coming in. Xiaohu throws down the Chains of Corruption, though, and Koro, he's looking for it. Clearlove with a lot of damage down already as Mako lands the hook and the play. RNG now getting corralled into the wall as Xiaohu in a whole host of trouble. Clearlove picks it up. That's 2 kills already. His depth massive in this fight. Pawn grabs himself one before falling down, but this is all about EDG. Lupa gets hooked, and this team has got something to prove in game number 2.
Yeah, what a team fight out of EDG. They go for the force, and they make it work. Lupa, too late on the back end of that telefight. And that was massive.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Telefight. That is my new favorite thing. It's like it's a teleport into a fight. It's a telefight. Oh my god, that was magical. But what a fight from EDG. This double teleport seems to be a thing that they can make work.
Yeah, it certainly does. And let's take another look at this. So they tunnel onto Def because they want to clean him up. But Mako's massive in all of this because they're able to go across. Okay, so that's much better team fight calling out of the EDG lineup because they even calling Flash in the middle of that. You know, Lupa doesn't have Flash, so like just don't burn anything, take him down naturally. So that's what we expect out of the squad. That's exactly how they were sounding at MSI last year when they were on point with their calls. But this time around, you know, Pawn's not chasing out the Echo. They're very, very strict on who they're going towards. No one else is talking over the top. They're very big on that. You know, just call targets and call relevant summoner spells, and they clean up everyone.
Yeah, really clear comms there at the same time, and does mean some big item pickups at the same time here. I mean, more of Malmortius is done. That's an Archangel Staff, soon to be Seraph's Embrace for Pawn. And that's the Renan's Hurricane already done here for Deft. This Twitch is massive. And that early lead that Lupa had, gone. Just flat out gone.
It certainly is. Clearlove trying to stick around for this one. Got it.
Grabs it with the ultimate. Takes the lantern out to safety.
And Thresh is quickly becoming the story of the LPL FPL Atlas.
Yeah.
Because, you know, huge during the relegation promotion tournament. That's embarrassing.
That's
and also quite big in this series so far. I mean, looks like he's on his way to another victory. However, EDG still are a couple of thousand gold behind. It's important to note, however, that it is 1 turret to 3. So kind of that lone theory. RNG took it out early. If they fall any further behind, bad news.
Yeah, the standing gold, definitely a big deal. Contaminate. Still there for depth, but Mata tanking up quite nicely right now. As Quick Draw going to get Clearlove to safety, and RNG do manage to brute force their way in to clear out that pink ward.
So what they're losing for this at the same time, however, is the fact that the Poppy is just free farming on the top side of the map, and everyone else is grouped as 5 on RNG's lineup. They want to use this poke composition to get down the mid lane turret. I just don't know if it's realistic. Pawn still has ulti available. There it is.
They're actually going to put that one down. Piercing arrow for a fair bit of damage, but Mata taking some poke as well. It's another cast that comes in, but deft. You can't tank the culling.
Still doesn't matter all that much. You know, they get a top lane turret shoved in. All of a sudden, the siege has to stop. They have to go back and pick everything up. So, huge win for EDG there. Farming an extra wave simultaneously at 22 minutes is going to only elongate their lead. And we keep mentioning this. They've got so much more standing gold there. RNG getting a little bit desperate because a hard engage of Rise of Poppy, especially with double teleport, is going to be available all game. And the more the map opens up, the harder it is to execute on this poke composition.
Yeah. And Koro just finished his Spirit Visage at the same time, so it's just very comfortable at the moment. EDG going to be able to grab their first dragon of the game, evening that scoreline up.
And I mean, he still died in lane, Koro, but at least he's having a better team fight performance. And this time they're protecting him when he's split pushing. Isn't getting caught out as much. I mean, being Poppy health, she can outrun anyone. But it looks like a much more reserved EDG game. And as soon as they win a team fight, look towards the Baron, look towards picking up all this standing gold in the turrets. And, you know, snowball the victory. This is much more of what we're used to from the squad.
Yeah. Cool, calm, and collected. Not the crazy, flashy plays from game number 1, which was awesome to watch. Didn't quite work out for the squad. Yeah, you're exactly right.
RNG at the same time, however, love the builds. Like MLXG not going towards the Rod of Ages, goes for Rylai's Crystal Scepter.
Yeah.
A lot better at setting up poke damage. I say this all the time, but, you know, the fact that they've got him to hit the initial spear and then Xiaohu is nearly guaranteed to land the arrow afterwards is just going to mean the composition is so much easier to execute upon. You know, throw the culling over the back end of that. And one more time, they're looking to take away a red. Not going to happen.
Yeah, they got a lot of vision and a lot of people towards the bottom side of the map to RNG. Committing to staying grouped. They don't want Def to be able to get picks.
Def is like, I will make it to the brush, I'll be fine. There's a pink ward in it.
Yep.
Not exactly what he was looking for, but this CS advantage between Def and Woosh is starting to, I guess, lengthen a little bit. Woosh has been able to pick up a lot of farm in the mid lane. Deft has got none because he's just going for the submarine play time and time again.
Oh, there he is, right in amongst it as Woosh taking a lot of damage. Clearlove right in the front line as well, and Deft caught by the Chains of Corruption. The heal's going to come in, face dive from Looper. He's going to secure the kill, and that is going to be the first one. Mata falls down to the back end, but the spears are still flying down. Koro as well, still trying to get something done. Not sure what he was doing there. There's a hook onto Xiaohu. Mako right in amongst it. Pawn able to pick up Looper on the back end. The flash forward from Clearlove. And oh, that Q was so close. Spear dodged by Pawn, but it is going to kill one. MLXG going to die for it as the double kill comes in. Heroic charge from Koro. Takes down Woosh, and Pawn says, see you later. I want a triple. I don't care if I die.
Yeah, and in the end, EDG, another massive team fight, and they will be able to pick up a turret for this one. They're going to explode this gold lead out. And target prioritization, the name of the game right now, Atlas, because they're just able to pick up key members. Clearlove taking that spear, I guess, wasn't part of the plan, but this was just so beautiful to watch. They flash in, think they can get Woosh or Xiaohu, but they both flash away. Def gets chunked out and honestly dies at the very start of this team fight, and it should go horribly wrong. But Koro just goes massive. He dove that turret, I think, on 3 separate occasions.
Yeah.
And Looper just does not respect Rise here, because he's able to just get chain CC, still has his ultimate available, and Pawn just deletes him.
And look at Koro.
Yeah,
what?
He's not going to die.
This is a black
he
and
goes
white
again.
performance, honestly.
Yeah, so that's Clearlove getting sniped. But here he goes, one more time, like, all right, flash,
Get me back in.
Get me back in there. And then Pawn's like, hey, that looks like fun. Oh, crap. But picks up a triple.
5-2-5 now for the Rise. Massive performance out of Pawn. Seraph's Embrace was, of course, done. Now has a needlessly large rod. His boot's completed, and Def says, I'll just play to the wrong thing. You and run away.
I need to go quick right now because you're all coming and I'm running out of stealth.
Yep.
But they pick up the bottom turret as well, and this is what I was talking about. Now 3,000 gold the lead.
And that's Iceborne Gauntlet now done for Koro. Things only get worse from here.
Honestly, Xiaohu scales up as well, you know. They don't fall off anytime soon, the RNG lineup.
Yeah.
But Twitch is a super late game scaling AD carry. They should be able to put in a lot of work. And now they're looking for Pawn.
Yeah, the culling goes down. Pawn may need to flash, but they're going for the re-engage. Def, lots of damage with the ultimate as Mata is the focus.
Oh, they got
lands
Looper.
onto Looper. Not necessarily the target they want. It's Chains of Corruption onto Koro. But look at how tanky he is, the ultimate. Out of Mata, not going to find anyone there as the Glacial Fissure goes wide. So RNG, they do get the disengage. But it was them trying to set it up.
Yeah, exactly right. So they're able to successfully back away from that. Hurricane and Braum. Really crazy interaction because Koro.
Yeah.
What perfect patience there. He's going to die.
Nicely done, Koro. Yeah, could be in a lot of trouble right now. He's taking a lot of damage as he picks up his buckler. Oh, there's the wallbang. MLXD, he might be in trouble. Koro picks it up. 1 versus 2. And that's going to be Baron for EDG. Mata right in amongst it as Mako throws down the box, but that is the Baron going to fall down. And Mata's going to fall as well. Clearlove, so much damage here as end of the line comes in. And EDG, Cross-map plays all over the place.
They trade 2 for 2, but grab the Baron. Pawn, that's a ward. All right, you know now. Okay. Death by a touch. That's not going to let you back.
No.
So they will grab a turret in the mid lane, maybe even 2, but Death already running back. EDG, just heads up play.
This is night and day. Like, the communication out of this team did not look like this in game number 1.
No, it certainly didn't. Honestly, looked like they were a little bit lackadaisical coming into game number 1. Not really giving RNG the full respect they deserve while they're getting it in game number 2.
Damn right.
It is going to be Infinity Edge third item here for Death. So not mucking around at all. What I wanted to talk about is Hurricane into Braum. We just saw it again. Braum puts up Unbreakable and dies 3 times quicker when you have a Hurricane because he tanks every single vault.
Becomes a bit of an ironic name for Braum. But EDG, Dragon number 2, is going to get taken down. Standard EDG Dragon focus there as Deft clearing out some vision. Spears flying through, but unable to find Clear Love there as they did have vision of the kitty cat lady. And Whoosh having a decent game. Honestly, has been able to weave around these team fights quite nicely. It is still ahead in farm, but Deft.
Just not the same kind of game that they...
Oh, yeah, Mako actually caught out of position right now. Shields himself for a little bit, but Clear Love now getting aggressed on towards the bottom side. This is not what EDG want. Forced Flash comes out as EDG move towards the mid lane. Pawn, what are you doing? He's blowing up a creep wave.
Yeah, it certainly is. He'll die.
He's super dead. As the turret is going to fall in the mid lane, this is just not worth it.
Isn't it?
I don't think so.
2 kills for a turret? I think mathematically it is.
It doesn't feel good, Spawn.
It's not worth it if you have Baron buff.
Yeah.
But you know, they made the best out of a crappy situation. It wasn't like Pawn could get out from that side of the turret map once Mako had been caught. So shoving down the mid lane is the right call. He goes back, picks himself up in an Infinity Edge.
Yeah, Def, oh my god.
Pawn looks like he's going towards the Death Cap as a third item.
That would be unorthodox.
So he's not really playing around this game either.
Yeah. Quite like it, to be honest. Not worried about that Maw of Malmortius that was picked up on Xiaohu. Or the Spirit Visage. That's a last whisper done for Whoosh though. So deciding to go for a bit more of the armor penetration earlier on, feeling the pinch a little bit this game.
Yeah, when you have a look at Koro, who will be putting majority of the bullets into, I can sympathize with the AD carry out of RNG.
Yeah, Koro looking for yet another Randuin's Omen. So even the crits aren't going to be hurting him nearly as much. As Deft runs over a ward, Clear Love there as well. This ambush is going to be popped, but just going to find his way into the mid lane. RNG still holding on just fine. But if EDG find a team fight right now, I just have a feeling that Deft puts 3 hits into someone and they die.
That certainly could be the case, and they're invading on the blue buff one more time. Looper doesn't have teleport to go with Koro right now, so you can see that they're feeling the pressure around the bottom side of the map. Trying to get waves pushing in their favor, but Koro on the top side is already at the tier 2 turret.
Yeah, you can see actually Marco is going to make his way around. Box comes in, Clear Love throws down the smoke screen, but Deft already choked out. That's just not quite long enough range there, Whoosh. As the Chains of Corruption come in, this could be it for RNG. As Clear Love takes another piercing arrow, Deft now off to the side, needs the ambush cooldown. But Lupo, if he finds him, that is bad news for the Twitch. What an interesting team fight thus far.
So they're stuck on the wrong side of the map. Deft is going to be able to chunk out this turret, and they're going for the pinch one more time.
And actually, RNG, they don't want it. Red buff is going to get pinged out here by Deft. He's going to wander over, pick that one up for himself, grabs himself a creep wave at the same time. Multiple backs come out from RNG. And EDG just commanding respect here in the enemy jungle.
Yeah, they just keep jockeying for position and coming out trumps. Def going to be able to pick up a buff as well as all that mid lane farm. Go back one more time. Koro will shove top wave into the turret. And this gold lead, slowly but surely, is climbing towards the 5,000 gold mark.
Oh my god, and talking about item spikes, Rabadon's Death Cap is completed. Last Whisper as well as Rapid Fire Cannon for Clear Love. And a cheeky longsword, can't forget that. Mikhail's Crucible done for Mako, so keeping Deft alive, very, very important. As God, see you later, Blue. I know I've been saying that a lot, but I mean, it does die very fast when he puts all of his buttons into it. That's a mortal reminder done as well for Clearlove. It's just a pretty scary EDG roster right now, especially on the damage front.
And this is when gold really hurts you, when it's just like the difference between half an item and that completed slot. Yeah. Although you can't even really say that about Clearlove to MLXG because he's just an outright item ahead, Atlas.
Yes.
You know, pretty much components versus completed items in top lane right now for Lupa. Looks like he's going for a dead man's plate. Yeah. Oh, that's a misclick.
Oh, dear.
Yep.
Golden Kitty.
I think now the crowd has let him know as well. So that's good.
Yeah, well, he's not going to be pink-warding that brush if that happens to be the button for it. As Pawn healing himself up a whole heck of a lot using that ultimate. Throwing out spell after spell. And Lupa now splitting towards the top side. Corey going to answer that one relatively easily.
So this is better formation out of RNG. You know, they're trying to protect their split pusher. There was no response out of Coral at the start of that. You can see right now, however, that he's going towards what looks to be a Thornmail, and Poppy as well, and truly unkillable.
Yeah, Pawn actually running.
Uses the ultimate. It's already back off cooldown. Yep, that was interesting.
Yeah. That ultimate isn't much of an ultimate, is it?
Does a lot.
It doesn't go. As far as like ultimate ability is concerned, I'd prefer Event Horizon. You know, makes a little bit more sense. That's not even an ultimate.
But once again, pinched them here, RNG.
Yeah, but who's pinched who?
Well, EDG want to take out turrets. RNG are trying to drag creep waves away and mean that isn't a possibility. But it's just not working out. Instead, they look like they're jockeying around Baron. Whoosh even dives over the wall to make it look like they're going for it.
Yeah, in fact, everyone here, EDG, able to clear out some vision. This Piercing Arrow is going to land on a Mako. It's doing some serious damage right now. Deathfire Touch helping out for Xiaohu. And Pawn is actually going to make his way towards the dragon.
Yeah, he's just going to pick it up by himself.
Yeah.
So EDG, they certainly look like they have the strength right now. Maybe waiting on a GA, something like that out of Death so we can continue to make the aggressive plays at the start of team fights. But it just doesn't look like they're in a rush. They're acknowledging that their team fighting is better. There's still definitely the poke window that RNG can look towards. See if they can chunk people out underneath turrets or in a neutral objective area like Baron. But I just don't really like poke into a team like EDG because when they pull the trigger, they just pull it so quickly, especially with double teleport. They're just going to go, Atlas. Yeah. And there's not really all that much that poke can do against that.
Well, into the hard engage potential of a Poppy, it just feels almost impossible. She gets on top of anyone.
Poppy Rise with no cleansers on the map.
Yeah.
And he went back and got GA. So now Def can just play as aggressively as he wants.
Oh, that is terrifying.
Not only that, I think Clearlove's going for an IE. Maybe a Bloodthirster.
I have a feeling it probably will be a Bloodthirster, but I do like it.
I hope not.
Yeah. But you can see Xiaohu sitting on a fair bit of cash there in the mid lane. Guardian Angel almost done here for Pawn. Only has 1,000 odd gold before he finishes that one.
They kill Baron so quickly.
Yeah, they may as well just go to it.
Not with Pawn bottom lane. He kind of needs to be with the team.
He's got a teleport.
But I mean, like, the upfront damage that he's going to do to it is much more threatening than the teleport. And here we go.
Yeah, they're looking for Whoosh. There it is, double playback as well as the Chains of Corruption come in.
Got him.
But Whoosh is just so dead. Mata now struggling at the same time as Xiaohu, MLXG, everyone running for the hills. Lupa gonna make his way in, but Koro takes down Mata. That's another easy kill under Xiaohu. Lupa uses the ultimate, but Def happy to tank it up, and EDG grabbed 3 for nothing.
You see the confidence in Def's Twitch as soon as he picks up the GA. Just stealths underneath 3 people. Able to pick up a couple of kills for himself. Pawn does the rest. And they're just not even looking at Baron. They just want the middle turret.
Yeah, Clearlove just going to tank that one up for now. Def's going to grab it afterwards. Of course, Koro is the one that actually wants it.
Clearlove got it again.
Yeah, Clearlove just going to help take down the turret to avoid it killing him, and the inhibitor going to go down very, very quickly.
They still have time for Baron.
They may just go straight towards the Baron.
20 seconds still, and Xiaohu in the mid lane. Little Tiger does not have the teleport to be able to get there in time. I mean, MLXG can look for a miracle steal. That doesn't really seem like much of a possibility against a lineup like this. He's just going to die as soon as he goes over the wall.
Yeah, well, you can see EDG have started this one up. MLXG hanging out here is Deft. Guardian Angel doing some work, takes himself the lantern, and this Baron just dies instantly. That is ridiculous. Koro going to get smacked against the wall, but uses the ultimate. Keeps himself alive. EDG, though, 3 for nothing in the kills. They grab an inhibitor, a tower, and a Baron. That is like
and a 10,000 gold lead at the same time, Atlas. This squad has finally exploded. They go back, they pick up some pretty crucial items for themselves as well. Last Whisper actually sold. It's going to be another Zeal pickup. Just not enough armor right now to justify it for Deft. Probably something like a rapid fire cannon, or maybe even a Phantom Dancer, just to keep himself a little bit safer.
Whoa! Okay, so Koro builds the Thornmail, and that's why that slow field is so freaking big.
Yeah, it's huge right now. And the EDG lineup, they just look like they're unrelenting. I want to see what Clear Love goes and buys. This will really tell me how EDG as a whole are feeling.
Well,
if it's a Bloodthirster, it's going to be like, I am very serious about today's game.
Yep.
If it is an Infinity Edge, it's like, I want to kill MLXG. How dare this guy come anywhere near my jungle?
Well, you can see Clear Love at the moment doesn't really care about buying items because he just wants to kill everything. And you can't do that from back in the fountain as EDG. Oh, Deft! Maybe caught out of position here. The GA is going to go down, and Mata is just getting destroyed. Clear Love's got so much damage. Looper as well has to ultimate his way out. As Chains of Corruption fly in, but it's not going to be enough. Massive damage, actually, from the piercing arrow. The spear. Oh, my God. Just misses Deft. And he grabs himself the shield from the lantern. It was a good idea from RNG, but you can't do it through a GA.
He flashed for it as well. So in the end, Deft will just walk into the base. They'll take another turret for themselves. Now they finally back away. Well, we already mentioned it. The reason they feel so comfortable right now engaging with Deft because he has a GA. They have to kill him twice. And now MLXG.
Yeah,
the great race.
Bunch of trouble. Deft actually chasing after him as well. I didn't actually know that Deft, Twitch now gallops a little bit.
But he runs.
As his little ratty self when he's going quickly, yeah.
Of course he does.
So I just haven't seen it for a while.
Here we go.
Oh, God, it's Chase the Kitty. I've seen this game. And it's not a fun one for MLXG as the heroic charge does take him back. Whoosh is here though. MLXG's going to die in pawn. Now looking for more. Koro's got one thing on his mind. Clear Love ults in celebration as EDG pick up 2, 3 swift kills.
Yeah, and that's going to be game, Atlas. They're going to streak into the base now. You can see Koro will not be stopped.
Oh my God, Xiaohu slammed against the wall. The flash is to follow up there as well, but Xiaohu is going to make it to relative safety. Looper now hiding underneath his turret, but EDG say, well, Koro's just going to kill him, so we're going to win the game.
Yeah, right now, Paul teleports to a minion. Game number 2 going to go across to the EDG squad. Emphatic fashion. It took them 40 minutes, but had relative control over the entirety of that game.
And that was what we were expecting from the get-go, but EDG, they put their serious hats on. I love the team comp, love Dev's Twitch. Much better performance in game number 2.
Yeah, and I said, maybe not to go with it. It is a very niche pick right now, Twitch. Great late game. But what was surprising is Twitch Thresh able to win the lane against Lucian Braum. That was a curveball I did not expect.
Certainly not. And I mean, this is what Deft was saying in the initial video. It was like he wants to try and tell this duo lane that, he's still the man to be respected.
I don't think he said duo lane. I think he said
no, I just didn't want to repeat it. It was so mean.
Well, the thing is, right, saying that you want to teach the bottom lane respect when the other support is Mata, I think it's something that's just dangerous.
That is actually a very good point. That is a very good point. And Mata, that man played incredibly well. So we are going to have a look at some of the highlights here from the game as Deft gets caught by this Glacial Fissure, but
it didn't really matter. This is where things started going horribly wrong. The double teleport executed so well. You see that Looper arrives to the back end of this fight, but it's already too late. I mean, Koro and Pawn a cleaned house.
And yeah, Deft from the backline there at the same time even avoids the ultimate damage out of Looper. And from here, honestly, that was all she wrote. It just felt like strength to strength here from EDG. And this one is a perfect example of things like being so controlled from EDG because they just call out the individual targets so beautifully.
Yeah, well, we heard them. They're just able to really prioritize those targets. Koro was massive in this team fight just time and time again. Diving turrets.
And Mako threading the needle. Just an example of what we were expecting from EDG straight away in this series. Pawn dodges it and kills Clearlove. Love it.
He didn't kill Clearlove. Clearlove should have dodged it as well. He had even longer than Pawn to respond.
No, it was like, oh, thanks for the body block, Pawn. Oh, no. Not happening this time, but this was amazing. After getting solo killed in lane, Koro turns around and does this.
Yeah, the strength of Poppy, I think, on full display here, it is fair to say. Able to get one last brass cock, as well as the Balmy Cinder damage there for the kill. And it just meant that this happened cross map. EDG able to pick up the first Baron of the game. And they stay on it the entire time.
Yeah. And I feel like that was the call, as RNG weren't able to make their way out. And there are a lot of highlights in this game, Spawn.
Well, it was a reasonably bloody game in the end out of EDG. Def's Twitch just kept starting teamfight after teamfight. And we saw that because he had that GA, he was able to do so.
Jahu falls down at the end of this one. So congratulations to EDG playing a beautiful game number 2. RNG unable to keep up, but it only evens out the series. It's now a best of 3 theoretically in this best of 5.
Yeah, well, so they go one game apiece. You know, RNG, they have the great game 1 that we expect out of them. Wushin goes massive and Deft hits back, I think it's fair to say. You know, brilliant use of the double teleport is what set that game apart. But the niche pick of Twitch just could not be dealt with.
Yeah, just a little bit ridiculous. And Pawn there as well. Picks up the rise one more time. Now goes Storm Raiders Surge. Really, really good. But ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go to a short break. When we get back, it will be game number 3.